So we have seen 4 different types of errors. And in this, we'll just check about the other types of errors where we can calculate the errors. Like how can we calculate the errors? So that is taken by these type of errors. The first one is absolute error, second one is the relative error, and the third one is the percentage error. Okay, moving on to the first, it is the absolute error. So what is the absolute error? The magnitude of the difference between the individual measurements, okay, and the true value of the quantity are called as absolute error of the measurement. So what is this? It is nothing but it is the magnitude of difference between the measured quantity and the true value. So for example, if I have the observations as A1, okay, A2, A3, so on till AN. Okay, so what I'll do, for example, I'm doing one experiment, okay, and the observations I get it as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I'll do next is, what my teacher says, she'll say that take the mean of that. So when I take the mean of that, what I'll do, I'll just take all those observations and I'll divide it by how many observations are there. If there are 10 observations, divided by 10. If there are 15 observations, divided by 15. So what I'm doing there, I'm taking the mean. So what I'll do, I'll take the mean, that is A mean is equal to, what I'm doing, A1 plus A2 plus A3, okay, so on till AN, divided by N. So what is this? This is the mean value what I have got. That is A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on till AN divided by N. Okay. Next what happens is, in the next case, what will be the value if, for example, I'll take A1, okay, and I'll take A2 and so on till AN and divided by N. So in the next case, what I'll do, I'll take the observations which have or which are changing. Okay, so the errors which have some change, so those errors I'll take. Okay. So what will be the answer, what I'll get? Or you can say this mean value is a true value. Okay, so the mean value, whatever I am getting, it is a true value. True value I have got. Now I have to get the measured value. How do I get the measured value? So there is a quantity which we call it as, or we take it as mean absolute error. Okay, I hope this you have understood. First thing is, I have taken certain observations like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have taken, no, in the similar way, instead of the numbers, I have taken the alphabets A1, A2, A3 till AN. Now, whenever I approach any teacher, the observations as I have taken, so they'll tell me to take the mean of that. So as I take the mean of that, what I have to do? I have to add all the things, whatever I have got, divided by how many observations are there, right? So that I have done, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3, so on till AN divided by N. Now in the next case, I know the mean value. So A mean I have got, which is a true value, which I have got, the true value. So in the next case, what I'll do is, I want only the variation in A1. So if I have to get the variation in A1, then how can I write it? I can just take A mean minus A1, right? So if I take A mean minus A1, then that is nothing but it is a variation. So that will be what? Delta A1. So what is delta A1? It is nothing but it is the absolute error of the first observation. What is it? It is the absolute error of the first observation. So how should I write it? So I have to take it as delta A1 is equal to mod of A mean minus A1. Okay, why mod? Because it is already positive. Okay, so this is my true value, this is my measured value. So the difference between that is nothing but absolute error, right? So of what? Of the first observation. Next, similarly, I'll take it for second observation. Delta A2 is equal to mod of A mean minus A2. Right. So this is for the second observation. Similarly, A for like till the nth, that is the last. AN is equal to A mean minus AN. So this is my true value and that is my measured value. So I am getting the absolute error. So next what I'll do is, I'll take the mean of these errors, that is absolute errors. These absolute errors what I got, delta A1, delta A2, delta AN, what the absolute errors I have got. So these errors I'll consider and I'll take a mean of it. And that is called as nothing but mean absolute error. What is it called? It is called as mean absolute error. So I can just write it as, so I'll just erase this. Okay, so in the first thing, what did I get? Okay. I have to go to whiteboard. Okay. So consider A1. Okay, A1, A2, A3 and so on till AN as the observations. So what is an absolute error? Absolute error is nothing but it is the difference, or it is the difference in magnitude of the true value to the measured value. So these are the observations I have got. Now I'll take the mean of it. So if I have to take the mean of it, what I'll do? A1 plus A2 plus A3 so on till AN divided by N. Right. So after this, now I have to know the value of A1. Like how is A1 varying with the true value? Because A mean is nothing but it is my true value. Okay, so as this is my true value, what happens? A1 plus A2 plus A3 so until AN divided by N. Now I have to get to know the error in the first reading. So if I have to get the error in the first reading, what I'll do? It is delta A1 is equal to A mean minus A1. So A mean is considered to be a true value. A1 is the value which I have got by measuring, right? Similarly for delta A2. Okay, that is A mean minus A2, right? Similarly for A3, then similarly for delta AN, where it is again A mean minus AN. So when I consider all these, what is this? This is nothing but it is the absolute error, right? It is nothing but the absolute error. So why can I say it as absolute error? Because I am doing it, that is I am subtracting this, or I am taking the difference of the true value and the measured value, right? So moving on to the next, this absolute error, then what I'll do is I'll take this absolute errors, that is delta A1. Okay, consider delta A1, okay, delta A2, delta A3 so on till delta AN. Okay, so as I get it, these are all what? The absolute errors. So to get the absolute errors, what next thing what I have to say is I'll just take the mean of this. So that is called as mean absolute error. Mean absolute error it is called. So what is it? It is nothing but the mean absolute error. Okay, so what is mean absolute error? It is nothing but the mean of the absolute errors what you have got. Okay, so what is the use of this? The use of this is you will get exactly what will be the measured, like what will be the error, total error in the whole experiment what you are performing. Clear? So mean absolute error is taken. How is it taken? Because what I'll do is next in the case, I'll take the mean of that. So it will be delta A1 plus delta A2 plus delta A3, right, plus so on plus delta AN divided by what? Divided by n observations, right? So as I take n observations, what will happen here? What will be the answer I'll get this side? That will be delta A mean. Okay, that is delta A mean. So delta A mean is equal to delta A1 plus delta A2 plus delta A3 so on till delta AN divided by n. Okay, so after this ratio, generally how can I write this? Because I have got the delta A mean, I have got delta A1 which is a mean absolute error. So delta A mean is nothing but it is my mean absolute error. So generally to get to know how to measure the absolute error, then what should I do? So the first thing what you have to do is just take the general form of this. So the general form of this will be taken in terms of AM, okay, plus or minus delta AM. Okay, so what is this? This is absolute error. That is, you can just take it as true value. true value, and this is nothing but your mean absolute error or the measured value. So from the term I can just take this, okay, that is this this A mean true value, that is AM is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3, this value minus the value of the mean absolute error, which gives me the exact error detection, that is errors. Clear? So what is the answer you get? AM plus or minus delta AM. Why did I write plus or minus? It is because in the case of like we have taken here mod, right? If it is a negative sign, okay, it will be positive in this case. So what will happen? Even in the negative cases, it remains the same. That is either for positive or either for the negative. That is in both the cases it comes. You can just write this as AM plus delta AM or AM minus delta AM. Clear? So this is about the mean absolute error. Okay, absolute error and mean absolute error. I hope you have understood this. If there are any doubts, please let me know. Clear? Moving on to the next, we have the relative error. So next we'll look into the relative error. So a relative error is based on the absolute error, that is mean absolute error itself. Okay. So we'll see the definition first. What is relative error? It is the ratio of the mean absolute error, that is delta A mean, to the mean value, that is A mean. That is, it is nothing but in general you can say the ratio of the measured value to the true value. Okay. That is given by what? Relative errors. So relative errors in the sense what? Because what I am doing is I am comparing the mean value and the true value. Okay. So how can I write it? For example, whenever I take the relative mean value, so I can just take it as AM is equal to, that is A mean, this is AM is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3, so on till AN divided by N. Right. In the next case, what I have to do? I have to check delta A mean. So what is delta A mean value? Delta A mean, we know that it is nothing but delta A1 plus delta A2 plus delta A3, so on till delta AN divided by N. Right. So what is relative error for definition? It is nothing but it is the value or the ratio of the delta A mean to the delta, that is to the A mean. Right. So what is the ratio given as? That is given by a relative error, which is called as delta, that is del. Okay, and that is equal to what? We have the true value, which is delta A mean, absolute error value to the true value. Okay, so this is called as nothing but the relative error. Okay, and then we have another one which is called as percentage error. So what is this percentage error? Percentage error is nothing but when relative error is expressed in terms of percentage, we call it as what? The percentage error. Okay, so that is given by what? So this is my relative error. Okay, so delta is equal to delta A mean to delta AM is into 100. So this is nothing but it is given in terms of percentage. So we call this as what? Percentage error. Clear? So what is, you have to be very keen on absolute error. So absolute error is nothing but it is the difference between the magnitude of the true value to the measured value. What about the relative error? Relative error is nothing but it is the ratio of the measured value to the true value. Okay. And what about the percentage error? So relative error, when it is given in terms of percentage, that is when it is given in terms of 100, then we call it as the percentage error. Clear? So if these three things are easily understood by you, then the other combination of errors will be very easy for you. Clear? You'll just check into the error combination or combination of errors.